What it do, baby, and welcome to the We Get Off Masterclass. That's right. If you're currently seeing me on your screen, you have gone and made the amazing decision to purchase the We Get Off couples box that Girls Get Off and I have collaborated to create. A couple months ago, we were sitting in Hong Kong. We'd just been to a trade show, dicks and shit everywhere, willies everywhere, sex toys everywhere. And we're like, hold on. After the success of Lulu, I think our heads need to come together and come up with a new thing that the people are gonna love. So we're sitting there and Viv decided to go get locked in a bathroom. Joe and I had to go help her, boom, teamwork, keep that bitch open, got her out, and like, oh, look what we can do as a team. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh, we get off. Let's make a couples box just in time for Valentine's. Then the GGO team got to work, put all their amazing bits and bobs together, and here we are. Now, you know what's going to be included now? I'm going to teach you all the different ways that you can use these two amazing products, both on your own or with a lover. We've done his, so gents, how you can use it on your own, or ladies, you can instruct your man, whether he likes to take instructions or not. You know how men are, and how he can use it. Her, ladies, how you can use it on your own, solo play, both toys. Because at the end of the day, toys is about not like, oh, it's designed for this, it's designed for that. It's designed for whatever the fuck your imagination can come up with. And I'm sure you got a crazy imagination just like I got a crazy imagination. Then, as we say it, we get off us. All the different ways that you can use for together. Now, don't limit yourself. During this, if you have a little bit of inspiration on how else you want to use it, go crazy, as long as you don't put it in your booty hole. Okay, that's the only thing I'm going to tell you. No placing it in the booty hole. Reason being, it doesn't have an anchor. That's going to mean you're going to end up in the ER, and you're going to be spending. We're supposed to get off, but we ended up in hospital. So make sure we be cool. Nothing in the booty hole, and for future reference, anything that goes in the booty hole needs an anchor. Needs like a T to stop it from getting sucked up. You get me? All right. Now, let's get into it. Let's get it out. Here we are. As you can see right here. Now, if no one's taught you yet, before we turn it on, that's the charging port. So the magnetic clicks on there, you plug it in. To turn it on, you hold it down. The light's gonna go away. Boom, there's the light. Pop. Then we can play with the remote. Oh yeah, we do it. All right. First things first, have it on the knob. Now, when you're jerking off the willy bear, so imagine you're like jerking off the willy bear. I want you to grab it and hold it on the back end of the penis. Not the front of the head, but the back end where the banjo string is while you're jerking yourself off. This can be extremely stimulating, especially before ejaculation and then during ejaculation. You know that like the little, that little bit there? I want you to hold it and hold it on, cup like that on the knob, and don't let go. Thank me later, you fucking, whoa, I'm getting excited, you know what I mean? 2, have vibrating on the balls. Now, as you know, this is what it's designed for. It's supposed to sit and the clitoris is supposed to go there, but we like versatility. So what you can do is turn it around. That's gonna be pushing up on the testes, or if you want, you can put it on the back of the ball. So put your shaft and your testes through here. Yes, it stretches. I know someone's gonna be like, but my dick doesn't fit. All right, brother, girth a lot, get over it. Now, what you're gonna do, boom, in there, balls will sit there comfortably. It will feel amazing, whether both solo or with your lover, depending. Then we got knob hold when coming. I already mentioned it there, but essentially, like I said, when you are ejaculating, grab the penis when you're masturbating, grab the penis from the bottom, jerk, hold that onto the knob like that, bang, 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 bang. It will drive you crazy. You have one of the most intense orgs ever. What you can also do is, with that, I didn't write it down, I should have, but when you're jerking, bang, under, and hold and press up onto your gooch. Now, when you're holding it on the gooch, make sure you put a little bit more pressure on when you're jerking, and you're gonna get an external prostate O. Now, if you're too scared to put anything in your booty, whether it be a finger, not this, because remember the rules that I said earlier, if you're too scared, putting it on the outside can be as close to, not actual, but as close to stimulating a prostate orgasm as possible. So jerk from the base, bang on the gooch. All right. Then use on nipples. So when you're jerking in solo play, you can hold it on the nipples. Now remember, this is his. This is all the ways you can use this his for solo. On the nipples, right there. Game, set, match. Gooch and knob. Now what you're gonna do is, we're gonna borrow our lovely ladies. You're gonna hold this on the gooch, and you're gonna hold this one, the tip, on the knob when you're jerking simultaneously. You know what I'm fucking saying? It will be one of the most intense experiences of your life. What you can also do is hold this, put it on there so it's hitting on the testes. When you're jerking, jerk, hold this to push up on the gooch as well. Or simultaneously, you can hold it on the nipples, or simultaneously you can have this sitting on the gooch, hold this on the knob during oral. Now also, I'll include this and we'll go over it again in the us section, because there's a couple of things that your lady can be involved with that's gonna help you with this. Like I said earlier, if you have a creative imagination, what you can do is use all the ideas that you think of as well. You don't have to just rely on these ones. If you got something else that pops into your head, try it. You might love it. So you know, we've got the nice little, you know, there we go, look at that, boom. Girls get off, we love them. Now, fucking cunt. Now, all right, see, you know what, before I continue, shit happens. In sex, you're gonna fumble. It's not gonna be perfect. It's not like porn where it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be perfect. No. Things are gonna happen. You're gonna fumble and all that. It's not about like giving up and be like, I don't wanna do this anymore. It's gonna be perfect. It's like, all right, cool. I hit that, knocked it over. Let's move on, game on. You's in, I'm in, let's go, baby. We're back to it. All right, her. Now, with your toy, ladies, there's multiple different ways that you can use it. Now, also, I love the fact that the ladies at GG have designed this so perfectly. See that with the curve? First things first, this can also be used as a little G-spot toy. See, imagine the come hither motion. You hold it between your fingers like that. You're gonna see the little mold and a little bump there. So what you can do is when you're, doing your thing, stimulation on the clear, up on the G like that. Also, when you're also self-pleasuring by yourself, on the clear like that. Also, if you want to take yourself on a little solo date, you can go out, bang, connect this. Someone's gonna be like, oh, you wearing a heartbeat monitor? Yeah, I'm tracking my runs, baby. All right, what you can do is, boom, bang, solo on the date, not on your belly. Don't think you're, like, there, but I don't want to put it in there because it's weird. Like, my cameraman's gonna look at me like, bro, what the fuck's wrong with you? You get what I mean. If I put it in here, it's sitting on the clit. Cool? Cool. So in there, solo date, cute little book, whatever, bang, dinner. Everyone's like, wow, she's so cool. Look how smiley. You're smiling because you're sitting there with a vibrator in your pants and none of the regular. They're like, wow, this girl's so like, taking herself out to dinner. All right. Then you can grab his. We're going to grab baby boy back out. G and clit simultaneously. Multi-purpose. Or when he's going down on you, I should put this in ass butt so I don't forget. When he's going down on you, hold them both on the nipple. Bang. Or get him to put his hand down on your pelvis. Now remember, gents, if you're watching this, your girl might have endo or PCOS or a condition that might make it uncomfortable if you're putting too much pressure on the pelvis. So what I want you to do is ask, communicate, talk first before we even start doing any maneuvers and shit, okay? Because it could hurt her. Although I know you'll be like, no, but I don't want to hurt her, I want to pleasure her. Which that sentiment, that whole thing, I love and adore. Good man. But we've got to double check with their things. Because sometimes the body is the body. You got to do what you got to do. But that doesn't matter because we're working around it. So what you're going to do is, if she's cool to go, hand, pelvis, this bit on the G, this on the clit. Game over. Bang, bang, clit, nipple. All right. So that's the G-spot and the clit. Then what you can also do is you can use these as like a double prong and hit the clit from both sides or under, depending. You can move it around. I'm gonna use my nipple as a clit because I've got those pointy type of nipples that always stick out. And it's crazy. Before I even became a sex educator, I was like very self-conscious of them because I'm like, oh, like everyone's gonna think like I'm always horny. And now that I get like millions and millions of views and people recognize me everywhere, they probably think I'm some like little horny fucker with my nipples always thing. These are just fucked up nipples. They've always been like this. It's not because I'm cold, it's not because I'm turned on, it's because they're just my nipples. So anyway, we're gonna use my nipples as a clip. Like that, boom, 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 boom. Sound effects can be included, might add pleasure, who knows. Boom, 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 you know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. All right, enough. Okay, that's different ways with her. Also, you know, you can play around with the remotes too, with all these different scenarios that I've run. Don't forget, you do have the remote. So you can play around with the remote if you don't want to press the button or anything like that. Now to the star of the show, we get off. What's that mean? Us. This is hot. There is so many different scenarios that we can do and play that will fucking just, whoo, I'm getting flashbacks. Okay, first things first is when we were sitting at dinner in Hong Kong, picture this, high-rise building, stunning. Food was okay from what I remember. I can't remember. I didn't think I liked the food that much. I think the girls didn't really like it either. Good drinks, but great cocktails. And then Viv decided to get locked in a toilet and, you know, bang, this bitch, we opened it, we saved her. Anyway, amazing concept, whatever. So when we were like, oh, we should do like a couples box, I thought straight away of imagine you at dinner, your lover's opposite you. You go, baby, I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom for a second. You go to the bathroom, you come back from the bathroom, you got this little grin on your face. You sit down, and you're like, baby, open your hand. He's like, what do you mean, open my hand? Like, what's going on? He's like, baby, just put your hand on the table, open and be quiet. You look him in the eye, you grab the remote, you look him in the eye, you grab the remote, and you put it in his hand like that. And you say, you look him in the eye and you're like, let's go. Ooh! And he just starts like, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Like that was a concept that I thought of when we were sitting down together. And then we're like, all right, we'll do a couples box, we'll put a cock ring in there, remote controlled, game on. Now, there's so many different things as well. Like when you're going down on each other and everything, and which we'll talk about now, when you're going down on each other, whoever's the person who's receiving can hold the remote and control the tempo, control the vibration and everything like that as well. Now, first things first, together masturbation. This is actually quite fucking sexy. Sitting there, interlock your legs, okay? You're gonna get a pillow, place it underneath your lower back here, both of yous, on the bed, and you're gonna prop each other up like this so you can see each other, eye contact like that. Then you're gonna play with yourselves, okay? In front of each other, pleasure each other with the toys. He's gonna hold his, he's gonna either hold it on his gooch and jack himself off. Ladies, you're gonna hold it on your clitoris, maybe use your fingers or not use your fingers, just use a clit toy, and you're gonna do that. That's the first scenario that you can do. Number two, did I put out in a restaurant? No. Number two, I did put out in public. You go out in public, you go to dinner, you go to a lunch, you go to something you're celebrating, you might be at a hot little picnic, whatever. You go to one of these things and he can have this on, you can have yours on, and you can control each other's while you're at dinner. Make it funny. Whenever whoever's getting the drinks, I hope it's him, I hope he's paying in full too. We don't do split billers. This might get me cancelled. I don't really give a fuck. But when he's doing it, you know, when he's about to go get his drinks, make sure you turn it on, boom, so you can get a vibrate, all the drinks go everywhere. It's quite funny. But there's so many different like public situations that you can do it. Friends barbecue, whatever you want. Maybe meeting the in-laws, who knows, depends how wild you are. All right, now, that's control hers in public, that's control each other's. You can do it separate, you can do it together. You don't have to take his one out, you don't have to take yours one out. You just decide which one you're gonna take, or you can also take both. Now, swap toys during oral. All right, next scenario, when you're giving each other oral, you can use your one on him and he can use his one on you. There's a few ways that he can do it. Firstly, when he's going down on you, he can hold this on your clit, and hold this at the top of your clit. His tongue can hit the sides of your clit, and then he can have his one in and hitting the G spot at the same time. I told you, we designed these toys for versatility. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. That's why we call it We Get Off. All right, there's that. Then, ladies, when you're going down on him, What you can do is have this, bang, when you're giving him head, sitting on his testicles. Use this when you're switching, either hold it on the knob or shaft area, or you use your tongue and use it on the balls simultaneously while this is hitting. So this will be hitting on the top of the balls there, and then you can use your tongue underneath just right where the gooch is or thing like that. This man will never forget you. This is a Valentine's Day, he will never forget. And I'm sure this will be a day my neighbors behind me will probably never forget too, because they're hearing everything and I'm in absolute hysterics. I can't wait to finish filming, walk out and see one of them and just see this cheeky little grin like shit, just sign up, go get a box, you know? All right. He's on the balls, hers on the clit. So this will be on his balls. And then when you're actually having intercourse, trust me, get a bumpy ride from Girls Get Off as well. Boom, up. So you already popped on. His one's gonna be sitting on his testes. Reason being is because if it's sitting on the clit, it's gonna cancel out that one. Bang on the testes. Ladies or your man, I want you to, while that's there, hold that on the clit at the same time when you're actually thrusting in, inserting. Now remember, this is a vibrating cock ring. I know that I'm talking more for the testes, but if you're not gonna use this one, that's totally fine, or you wanna hold this one on the nipples and you wanna sit on this one, so he wears it like that, so it actually hits the clit. Now, let me explain something that I've learned multiple times over the years. Not through my own experience, but through multiple conversations. Women prefer to grind over bounce. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you. Ready? This is grind. This is bounce. Probably gonna break my chair. What I'm trying to explain is, when you're grinding, you have constant stimulation on the clitoris. When you're bouncing, it's stim on, stim off, stim on, stim off, stim on, stim off. So when you're actually using the vibrating cock ring, it's a lot better to grind and be in positions where you're grinding. Now, what that can be is whether it be missionary, but in-depth and shallow movements rather than long ones to take it away. Also, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, or ones where you're constantly having a constant point of contact to help you get there. Ladies, it's like when your man goes down on you and he's doing the circle and you're like, yes, 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 yes. And then he just fucking takes it off. And you're like, whoa, 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 where are you going, brother? I was just about to finish. What's wrong with you? Do you know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was just about to finish. Because you like the constant stimulation, the constant contact. So that's where this is great for. But sometimes it's not going to be like that. That's why with this, it is fantastic with those positions. But if you're not going to do those positions and you want the constant, boom, turn it on his testes, hold that on the clit. Thank me later. Now this one is sexy. What I want you to do is, I want you to get a mirror. Now, depending on where the mirror is situated, if it's in your room, I want two different levels. I want him to be on the bed, and I want you to be on the ground. Put a towel down. I'm not saying you're on the block thing, but you understand it. Reason being, I want you on the ground or vice versa, legs open, playing with yourself, and you're both directly looking at each other in the mirror. So he's on top, watching you in eye contact, and you're holding eye contact while you're using the toys. One hand, your toy, the other hand, the other person's remote. So it should look exactly like this. He's holding his toy, he's using it on his gooch while he's playing with himself, and he's playing with the remote at the same time, or he's got it on his testes playing with himself, and he's playing with your remote at the same time, playing with the pleasure and controlling with that. Fucking sexy, especially with the mirrors and the eye contact. It's a masterpiece, do you know what I mean? Penny to the side. Now this one's hot as well. When you guys are getting it on, okay, you're going for Valentine's, you've gone and got a sexy little set. Look at you, boom. Decked out, lace, the garter belts, the little, you know, the stockings, the whole clip, the whole. Oh. I'm not getting flashbacks, please. I'm not. Stop it. Stop. I'm shy now. Stop. I'm getting nervous. You know what I mean? Bang. Clip. Your toy, ladies, on the G. Clip it there. Now, what I want you to do is, so you're going to angle the toy to that way. So it's going to clip like this. So it clips and holds across like that. And then you're gonna move your underwear to the side. So to the side, so then it's actually gonna bang straight and back out. This is not on my wheelie bear, by the way. Straight and back out. What that's gonna do is, you got the sexy little piece of lingerie on, but he's pulling it to the side and the toy's still hitting the clit. So this doesn't go to waste. Vice versa, he can hold it on there, but it's more sexy when it's still on. His hands free, hands on your thighs, hold him down, just, I'm probably no flashbacks, I promise. All right, hold on to the knob whilst on the gooch. What you're gonna do is, I think I mentioned it before, but cock ring on the testes, bang, on the knob, shaft down while you're giving him oral. Yeah. We would have already finished. Listen, you put this on him, he's gonna finish within 10 seconds. Now, before I finish, I just wanna say something very special. I have been in the adult industry for about 10 years. I've been on social media making adult content for about 6 years. I deal with multiple different brands, I deal with multiple different people, but I don't partner with just anybody. For me, there's a lot of things that go into doing a partnership, especially when it comes down to people's characters. I have never met people more amazing than Viv and Joe at Girls Get Off. They are amazing people to work with because I know that their level of morals and their level of character is gonna transmute or translate into the product that they create. And that's why I choose to partner with them, not once, but twice. And I'm sure after this, we're probably gonna do another one as well. That's not me trying to set it up. Like if they don't wanna work with me, like I get it, it's not you, it's me, like whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, you can really feel the love that they pour into their business just in the quality of their product. So I just want to say a thank you to them for partnering with me. I want to say a thank you to you guys for going and trusting us to create a quality product for you. We know that you're going to love them. We know that you're going to use these tips and love either yourself or your lover or both your times together. So again, thank you for purchasing the We Get Off couples box by myself and the girls at Girls Get Off. We hope you enjoy it. We know you enjoy it. And we'll see you in the next masterclass, or we'll see you in your shopping cart when you go and get all the other amazing products from Girls Get Off. My name is AJ Paps. Thank you for having me.